Happy Friday morning, everybody. Friday, June 6th. I had court this morning. I had a hearing that I went to, in person. So, hence the outfit. And, it's nice to mix things up when I actually do wear a suit. So I'll make a couple TikToks while I still have the suit on. So there is a biographer, an author named Michael Wolff, who he's written a few books about Trump, his first and second term. And with all of the stuff that happened yesterday between Trump and Musk, and Elon Musk tweeting out that the reason the Epstein files have not been released publicly, Jeffrey Epstein, is because Donald Trump is all throughout those files. And in the course of writing up a couple of his books, Michael Wolff interviewed Jeffrey Epstein multiple times before he died. He has over 100 hours of audio recordings of him interviewing Jeffrey Epstein. And he's made a lot of that public. And, but here's the thing that has always just baffled me about Trump supporters. It's public record that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were essentially best friends for 15 years, throughout the 90s and into the early 2000s. That's known. There are hundreds of photos of them together. They've both been quoted in interviews talking about the other one and speaking very favorably of each other. In Epstein's little black book of phone numbers, Donald Trump got his own page. There were something like 20 different phone numbers for Donald Trump in Jeffrey Epstein's little phone book. He flew on Epstein's plane on multiple occasions. NBC did a story of Trump at Mar-a-Lago in the early 90s, and Jeffrey Epstein showed up, and the two were hanging out while Donald Trump was doing his little dances. In June of 2025, are Trump supporters still just not aware of the friendship between these two men? Anyway, Michael Wolff, the headline on this article is, "I've seen the pictures. Trump's biographer validates Musk's nuclear threat against Trump," about the Epstein files. Wolff claims to have seen damning evidence that Trump would not want to see the light of day, including alleged lewd images of him and the convicted sex trafficker who hung himself in a New York City jail in 2019. Michael Wolff said, "I've seen the pictures. I know that these pictures exist. I can describe them. There are about a dozen of them. The ones I specifically remember is the two of them with topless girls of an uncertain age sitting on Trump's lap. And then Trump standing there with a stain on the front of his pants and 3 or 4 girls kind of bent over in laughter. They're topless too, and pointing at Trump's pants." But I think in general, it could also be the Epstein file writ large, Wolff said. The scope of the Jeffrey Epstein life intersects with the Donald Trump life is very meaningful, in fact, in a profound way. These two guys kind of made each other. And Trump has been photographed numerous times with Epstein, with whom he described in a 2002 interview as a terrific guy and a lot of fun to be with. But the two reportedly had a falling out a couple of years later over a real estate dispute, and the President Trump tried to distance himself from Epstein after entering politics several years ago. They were best friends for 15 years. This author has seen photographs of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein together with topless, very young women. Why is it so hard for Trump supporters to wrap their head around this? I don't get it, man.